What's up, everybody? Cameron Chris back again with another video.
Back again.
This time we got this Drake and XXX pass away.
This is about the trial. Wait, what? Judge revealed Drake is behind X. What? He can't just reveal that. So okay, this must be just.
This somebody made this up, or maybe they got some facts. We don't know that.
Okay, well we about to find out. Let's see.
The trial for XXXTentacion's passing started today on February 7th, 2023. XXXTentacion passed away almost 5 years ago on June 18th, 2018. Right now, the main suspects are Michael Boatwright, Dedrick Williams, Trayvon Newsom, and Robert Allen used to be the fourth suspect before he pled guilty and started snitching on his three friends. Everyone was aware these are the main suspects as they have been arrested and sitting inside of jail for 5 years. This was all until today, as it was announced in the courtroom that Toronto rapper Drake, as well as Migos rappers, are becoming suspects as well. The defense attorney in the courtroom had this to say about Drake, as well as the Migos, on the first day of trial.
Before X, he said, if anybody, it's Drake. And do you think that for one moment, here today, days after the event, two masked men, right? He came on social media and said, guys, if anybody is Drake, do you think in that time span that they went and they addressed him, they talked to him? No. Do you think sitting here today, years later, any detective has ever asked, Drake or anybody like that? No, they never did that. So you ask yourself, how could that be? And you say, hey, it's so-and-so, you better believe so-and-so is gonna get investigated. But in this case, they didn't do it. They didn't do it because it didn't comport with their version and their narrative. And as law enforcement, I think that they have the obligation to do so.
Leave a like on the video if you're a fan of XXXTentacion. I'm curious how many fans are watching today. Now, the defense attorney states, and I quote, XXXTentacion said, if I ever were to pass, Drake did it. Now, this was actually during an Instagram live stream. Then later on, X even posted it on his Instagram story, where we saw X post, if anyone tries to get me, it was at Champagne Poppy, aka Drake. I'm snitching right now. Now, the famous XXXTentacion and Drake beef started ever since X made a tweet stating, Drake's mom is kinda cute. After a few months went by, X would then be arrested, as well as X sitting inside of his jail cell. We saw his viral hit, Look at Me, going viral online in a huge way. Something that many of us have actually never seen before, as XXXTentacion's music career reached insane heights. Now, Drake noticed this and released a song titled KMT, stealing the exact flow, speed, and even a similar beat of X's song, Look at Me. When X was then later released from jail after beating his charges, he went straight to an interview where he went straight after Drake, called him out for taking his flow and things in this nature. This started a massive beef online between X and Drake, and it even helped X's music career continue to skyrocket. However, after sadly XXXTentacion passed away, Drake released another few songs with lyrics relating to X. Now, Drake released a song with these lyrics. Damn, maybe I should do a 20, maybe I should break that 20, do a 10, maybe I should break that 10, do a 5, then if it gets live, do a 5 again. If he held his tongue on that live, he'd be live again, damn. Now, this could be directed towards anyone, but let me break this down for you. Now, if you break a 20, you get 2 10s. Then do a 5, and if it goes live, do a 5 again. 5 plus 5 is another 10, leaving you with 3 sets of 10. Now, 3 sets of the number 10 in Roman numerals is 3 X's. Then at the end of the verse,
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
Drake says if he held his tongue on that live, then he would be alive. And on Instagram, XXXTentacion, he made statements about Drake and his mother on Instagram Live, as I mentioned earlier. However, also in the courtroom, there was more evidence and video released of the day that X sadly passed. In case you forgot, on June 18th, 2018, XXXTentacion's day started with him hopping into his custom all-black BMW i8. X headed over to a motorcycle shop called Riva Motorsports, where the Florida rapper was looking around and checking out motorcycles. He found one that he really liked. He asked the price of the motorcycle and was told a price. X said to put the motorcycle on hold and he'll be right back. to which XXXTentacion picked up his uncle before heading over to the Bank of America. At the Bank of America, XXXTentacion withdrew $50,000 in cash and he stuffed it in a Louis Vuitton pullover bag. Today in the courtroom, this new footage of X getting the cash was released. Also in the courtroom today, this statement was released regarding the banker that X was speaking with. Cecilia Ramos, the bank teller, was working at Bank of America the day X sadly passed. You see him smile and talk with the teller. He came into the bank and wanted to withdraw $250,000, but the bank didn't keep that kind of cash on hand. She gave him $50,000 and ordered the rest for a later date. Now, while at the Bank of America,
how a bank don't have $250,000?
Well, first of all, I don't think you should let nobody walk out the bank with $250,000 because that's just like, I mean, for safety reasons, I would think we should have to have that like
Secure?
Yeah, maybe that's what they mean by that.
I say my money in there, I should better come get it whatever I want.
Yeah, you should, but maybe you should set up a
No. I'm just talking about. That's how the banks be scamming. They don't be having the money in there. You be like, I want to get my money. And they we ain't got it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, you can't just say, I don't think they should just say that. I do believe they should say, well, hey, we don't like to just, for safety reasons, hand you over $250,000 over the counter in the lobby in front of everybody. Let's set some up. You come back and give us, and you can leave out with the money like that. Not just at the counter. That don't even.
Well, we broke. That's why we don't understand that.
I know, but I wouldn't
want
you to hand me my money like that in front of everybody because that's like you said. I'm setting myself like, look at. Let's follow her. Let's see where she's going with this money. To me, it's like you asking for the wrong attention. So no, let's do it a little bit more securely. Yeah, I'm gonna come back. Oh, you got to order it. Oh, okay, I'll be back. Like maybe that's just a code word. When she said she had to order it. Okay.
Cold hard cash right now.
America, XXXTentacion was spotted by a group of men. These four men noticed X's all-black BMW i8 in the parking lot, then saw him exit the Bank of America and walk into his vehicle. Obviously, he was a very noticeable person, especially his famous i8. These four men are named Dedrick William, Robert Allen, Michael Boatwright, and Trayvon Newsom, the four suspects mentioned earlier. Now, they ended up tailing X's BMW i8 for the rest of the day. After the trip to the bank, X returned to Riva Motorsports where he was with his uncle. X was sitting in the parking lot at Riva Motorsports counting the cash given to him from the bank before heading inside of the bike shop. It's important to note that as while X was sitting in the parking lot, the four individuals that are suspects all went to the corner store and they bought ski masks and gloves. X then entered the motorcycle shop now with his uncle. Two of the men followed X inside of the store, as here's surveillance photos of them entering the shop with X. The craziest part of it all is X actually makes contact with one of these individuals as caught on tape, where you could see XXXTentacion staring right at one of the suspects. Now, two of the men were planted on the inside to keep an eye on X and his uncle, just to see if he pulls out the cash, how much money's in there, and whether or not he leaves through a different entrance. Now, an hour goes by. XXXTentacion purchases the motorcycle he wants, but does not drive it home. He ends up leaving the motorcycle shop with the Louis Vuitton bag over his chest. Mind you, all of the cash is still inside of the Louis bag. X then hops into the BMW with his uncle in the passenger seat. While trying to drive out of the exit, a minivan pulls up in front of X's BMW i8. blocking him from leaving the scene. Two men then hop out of the minivan and they both go on XXXTentacion's side of the vehicle. They both are holding firearms and demanding the Louis V bag that he had on him. While this is going down, XXXTentacion's uncle is seen opening up the door of the BMW and sprinting away, leaving X all by himself. The two individuals start yelling and demanding the bag of cash. X refused, which made the men.
I don't know why he run.
Yeah, why did he run?
You think he told him get out of here?
Maybe that could have been it. Because why would you not just be like, give him? If anything, should stay and be like, just give them the bag, give them what they want. Then maybe they wouldn't have.
Who knows?
Shot him.
Well,
I don't know if that was right. I'm about to say, unless it really was a hit.
And very angry, leading into a small brawl through a window of a supercar, and then we all kind of know what happened after that. Today in court, it was revealed, and I quote, prosecutor says Dedrick Williams was driving and cut off the car being driven by XXXTentacion. Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newsom put on the ski masks and both had the firearms. The passenger manages to run away. The two approach X and Boatwright does the act towards X. Now, X did not have security with him on this day. He was a rapper who believed he didn't need it. He mentioned in many interviews that he liked to move by himself as well as with family members and his friends. But we also learned today in day one of the trial, X was not alone in the car. X's half uncle was inside of this BMW i8, as I mentioned earlier. Once the car was cut off, his uncle actually sprinted out of the vehicle, and he mentioned in court today on the stand, while running away from the scene, his uncle pulls out his cell phone and starts calling XXXTentacion's mom, saying there's an emergency going down and that they need to call the police. And obviously there's very little that he
why he ain't call the police? Why he calling
why
his
he
mama?
didn't call the police?
Maybe they could have got there to save him.
Yeah, why he didn't call the police right away?
he could have done.
Right back in the motorcycle shop. It was just pulling out the motorcycle parking lot. He could have ran in there and said, hit security alarm or call somebody.
Sitting in the passenger seat, they had nothing they could protect themselves with, so he was trying to just defend his own life, which is why he ran. But leaving him in a situation like that all by himself, it just doesn't sit right with me. Now, the four individuals that were seen today in the courtroom, it was documented they were all caught and arrested very fast. It only took the law enforcement 1 month to catch all four of these men that were all on the run, trying to hide the best that they could. Dedrick Williams was charged with first degree and even tried applying for bail, which obviously he was denied on. Williams ended up pleading non-guilty in this case, even though there's camera footage literally showing him do this act. Michael Boatwright was taken in for the exact same thing as Dedrick Williams. He is yet to plead guilty or not yet. The third man, Robert Allen, he was taken into lockup as well. He was actually located at his sister's house in the literal middle of nowhere in Georgia, which is very surprising how the feds even found him. He was booked in Dodge County. He's currently being held inside of jail, but it is important to note he did snitch and he's getting a lesser prison sentence. Now, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll be releasing a video every day giving updates on the trial. It's been District Trending, and
Is it better to say cooperated over snitched? They said he snitched.
No difference.
Just
You
make
told.
it sound more.
You told. It don't
I
matter.
mean, much to tell. They caught on tape,
Right.
on video. It's not much to
But he
tell.
like, I ain't know they was gonna do all that. You
He
know
can
how
say that.
go.
Yeah,
They
of course, you
got
always
that.
say there was supposed to be a shooting. We were
We thought
supposed
we
to
just
rob
gonna
them.
snatch some money and run.
And
snatch his
and then the
chain.
person with the gun took it one
And
step
shot him.
further. And
Ooh.
we know that can happen.
Yeah,
You
crazy.
never know what that person gonna be. That's why you shouldn't do stuff with other people.
Now I'm thinking I don't think it had nothing to do with Drake because he got too much money to have these cats
Yeah.
out here. Dude was in flip flops.
He was what that was that
Right,
was
nah,
professional.
this
That
wasn't
was like they said what I just said. They saw him coming out the bank or going in the bank and was like, let's see what he about to get.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was saying about you shouldn't be able to just take that type of money out because you just drew a lot of attention to yourself.
Yeah, ain't nobody worried about that.
What you mean? I'm just saying that's why you shouldn't do it.
Right.
It shouldn't be be that easy.
It's your money. You just do what you do.
Yeah, and you see what happens. So to be for safety reasons, let's try something. I know it's your money.
We agree, but we don't
right.
agree.
So I'm saying, so that's what happened. I don't think it was. I think they saw his car.
But look, think about this. How many other times he didn't done that same thing and none
but that it just take that one time for the wrong people to notice you. One time. That's all it took.
They could do that with $10.
I know. I ain't say that's all I'm
That
saying.
means you shouldn't be able to withdraw no
No,
money.
I'm just saying the fact that it just make it just more of a then they sitting there watching him count the money in the parking. He said he was in the parking lot counting the money. I'm just saying it was just more because it's more money now. People willing to risk more for that money. If he came out and he's like, he ain't come out there with nothing but $25, we ain't about to mess with him. They wouldn't have. They saw him counting the money. So I don't think Drake had. I think these people actually just so happened to see him, his car at the bank. Let's see what he got.
And Drake doing what everybody else do.
Right,
He got ops.
right,
When
he
they ops
dissing,
die,
right.
they running with it.
They run with for
Throwing little
attention.
sneaks.
Yeah, well, you probably should. You should have left that
Hey,
alone.
do what you want. If
No,
your,
I'm
he
just
your
saying.
op, he your op. Do what you want.
They weren't really ops. They had some issues.
Yes, they was.
They had some issues. They had some little back and forth. I don't know if ops. I take ops a little different than that. I think, but again, I think that was just all so happened because like they had on flip flops. They went and bought the mask at the corner store.
Toys R Us.
Yeah, that wasn't professional at all. My uncle got the heck up out of there. I don't know how I feel about that. Then he called the mother, not the police. I don't know how I feel about that either.
Fishy too.
Yeah, I don't like that. So
Unc had him set up.
That's a little fishy.
Unc, like,
You know, we always come up with all of the scenarios of what could have
We
happened.
just seen it on all kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
he like, hey, we gonna be at Bank of America.
We
We're on
seen
our
Uncle
way.
kill the whole family.
Yeah,
Babies and all.
yeah. You never know. So that's just messed up. And they knew, the uncle knew he didn't have security. He liked to travel with family and friends. That could have went a whole lot of ways. I don't know about Drake way, but sad. It's sad that it ended the way it ended over some money, and he didn't just give it up. But would they have shot him anyway?
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? It was $50,000,
Yeah,
and
but
he
he
was
didn't
about
seem
to
like
get
the type that'd give it up either.
Yeah, he probably would have been like,
Fighting.
you gotta be kidding me, type of, are you serious, type of a thing. But he looked like he was in a good mood when he was getting the money out the bank, like he was like,
Yeah.
But who knows? Sad, another sad
Real
story.
sad. But
All right,
that's a misleading title too. Though.
it is because
Clickbait.
that's what I said. That was clickbait.
Clickbait. But thank y'all for watching.
Thank
y'all.
y'all.
Like the video.
See y'all.
Subscribe.
Let us know if anything is not.
False.
Yeah, if it's true, not true. Thank y'all.